Hello and welcome to this webinar on preparing your spoken language presentation for years 10 and 11. We have three key learning aims. We're looking at how you choose your topic, how you gather your ideas, and how you have a presence when you're delivering your presentation. Now, for some people, their speaking and listening or spoken language certificate is the best part of their whole entire school experience, but for some people it's the worst part, and part of this is because they find such difficulty in choosing a topic. So my advice would be that you can prepare anything you like that you are interested in. You just have to find a topic that you're really interested in. As soon as you do that, then you'll be able to really enjoy this aspect of your learning. Now, obviously it needs to be age appropriate and it needs to be suitable for a formal public talk. So there are some topics that are just not appropriate for your age and not appropriate for the formal setting. But there are a huge range of topics that you will find really interesting, but you need to know that you have to talk in depth. Although 3 to 6 minutes doesn't necessarily sound a long amount of time, you really need to know your topic well so that you don't get flustered and that you don't lose track. So you could tackle something really serious, something that you're really interested in that's quite a heavy topic, that's quite deep. But if you could prefer something really simple, something that's really close to home, something that's just from your own experience, is a good topic also. Now, the only caveat is that would be about getting a top grade. When you look at the criteria, it says that for merit, you should be expressing challenging ideas using a range of vocabulary. So challenging ideas means it can't be too simple. And for distinction, it says expresses sophisticated ideas using sophisticated vocabulary. So again, you could, for a merit, choose a fairly simple topic, but use exciting vocabulary, and that would get you the merit. But for the distinction, there has to be an element of sophistication. That means it's not too basic. So which are some good ideas? Which topics? Well, you might want to talk about your favorite food, and then you might talk about farming and animals as well. You might want to talk about hobby and maybe some controversies around the hobby. You might want to talk about your future ambitions. You could talk about TV or film or books or games, and again maybe some ideas or controversies around those particular entertainment things that young people do in your particular area. Your dream holiday, your family, life at your school, which football team is the best, and again maybe controversies around that football team, and Christmas or New Year traditions. So I would suggest that on that side, anyone could talk for 3 to 6 minutes on any of those topics, as long as they've been able to gather their ideas and do some background research and get their talk together. These perhaps are topics that are perhaps more interesting or maybe more serious, that you might also give you some ideas. So conspiracy theories, there are all sorts of theories about the moon landing, for example. Beauty and cosmetic surgery, when is it going too far? Should parents encourage the belief of Santa Claus? This can have lots of divisive opinions. Racism and prejudice, forced marriage, rap music, its impact on society, obviously positive, but maybe negative and positive development of social media, perhaps specific platforms. The art of lying, how can you tell someone's lying? How do we find that out? Should money be spent on space programs? Conscription, should we bring back that people should be joining the army? What are the good things and bad things of that? Climate change, and then why do you have a first impression of someone, and what does science say about that? So these, I hope, are really useful ideas, the kinds of things you could talk about for your spoken language presentation. Now, when you gather your ideas, it's a really good idea to brainstorm the subject, but get a kind of an organized brainstorm when you have some branches and even sub branches. So you think, right, I'm going to look at rap music. Let's look at some artists in the UK. Let's look at American artists. Let's look at the positive aspects, some of the negative aspects, and then you can start brainstorming and researching, and the more ideas you can get down, obviously the better. When you start shaping your talk after you've branched your ideas and done more research and reading, watching and listening, documentaries and YouTube videos and articles and films, then you can start planning your actual speech. So you would think about your introduction, how you're going to get your audience's attention, and how you're going to explain what the topic is and why you've chosen it and what you hope to get out of it. And then the main body, what are the three main things that you want to say, and then your conclusion, how you're going to pull everything together to signal your main points, reinforce and summarize them, and end strongly. So you're gathering all your ideas together. Finally, let's talk about having a presence. Now, you want to make sure that when you've done all the preparation, you've decided on your talk, you've brainstormed it, you've got all the research, you've put it together in a structured beginning, middle, and end way, you can actually enjoy the presentation because you are fully prepared. Think about how you speak. Having a presence and delivering well is very much about your voice. So speak slowly, speak clearly, pretend everyone is at the back of a hall, even though they might just be in front of you in your classroom. Try to relax. Give your presentation a rhythm, don't rush, breathe, include pauses for effect, and include pauses so you can just take a moment to gather your own thoughts. Keep facing the audience, try and make eye contact with as many people as you can, and use gesture to really emphasize your points. And finally, stand tall, stand confident. If it really helps you, you can move around, but don't rock from side to side because that really shows nervousness. I hope that's helped you to really think about your spoken language presentation, preparing it well, gathering and choosing your ideas, and then delivering it with a presence. Thank you for joining me, and goodbye.